from Annville as well as North Cornwall Township with my business. And for a long time, I know you have more pressing day-to-day issues running the county and everything, but I have a lot of concern recently when you voted to raise the hotel tax in Lebanon County from 3% to 5%. That's quite a significant jump. That's 66% of an increase. And my only reasoning to myself is that this became easy money for you and or for the county. Then in return, 2 years ago approximately, you took the tourism board from the expo center and you set it up on your own. I sit here to tell you, I've been in the hospitality business in Lebanon County since 1970. That's 46 years. 1976, Ed Pushnick, Ed Trainer, myself formed the Lebanon County Tourist Bureau in the basement of the Quality Inn. At that time, we built it up to 250 members. We operated off of a matching grant budget from the state. We had every municipality in the county who would support us to the tune of $1,000. And all this is gone. Now we have a 5% hotel tax. As most of you are aware, I operate as a bed and breakfast, and I operate as a public restaurant and overnight accommodation. I sit here and tell you, when you formed this new tourist, God, the name of it itself, Lebanon Valley Destination and Marketing Organization. What a mouthful that tells you what? Tells you nothing. If it's the Lebanon County Tourist Bureau, that at least, and Visitors Bureau, that tells me something. But in the time of your consolidating and putting this organization together, I sit here and tell you that to this day, not once has anybody contacted me, not once has anybody asked me to join this organization, and not once have I been to a function of the organization. So I think that's sad. I'm the guy who collects 5% on the tax to run this organization, and you're aware other counties, other places, brochures, magazines, this is obsolete. And it wasn't until I walked into your office this morning, the first time that I ever saw a Visit Lebanon Valley brochure. Where are they? I've got 1,000 people a week that come in my business, most of them dining and or lodging. I've never been given brochures, so I'm sit here from a businessman's perspective, and I say I think you need to give more consideration to the tourist bureaus. Changing society, changing times, everything is going from print into digital and on our phone. I sit here and tell you that I personally know unnamed people in Lebanon County who use their homes on Airbnb and have a pretty lucrative business of doing it on Airbnb. Do they pay the 5% hotel tax? No, not at all. It comes down on a little guy like me. I looked at this brochure, bed and breakfast, I looked at lodging, I looked at restaurants. Is my Inn 422 listed under any of them? Nope, not in there, but yet I pay the bill for this. I have customers who fly in to Harrisburg, who come for the things that draw people, the gem show coming, the Mount Gretna Arts Festival this weekend, the Cicadia Festival, all these great things we have to promote in Lebanon County, but this organization isn't behind any of that. They don't put out, but customers who fly into Harrisburg use Uber and Lyft to get to my business, right? You know, this is where the world is going. So I'm sitting here to say that I'm got a lot of concerns about the operation of this agency in Lebanon County. I think it could be much more effective, much more results producing. And now if I'm asked to join, would I join since I've been neglected for 2 years? Nobody asked. You know, I belong to Center of Lebanon, I belong to the Chamber of Commerce, I belong to the Pennsylvania Restaurant Association, National Hotel Association. I support all the business groups, but I've never been asked for this support. That's number one. And number two, just to finish this up in here, I think their offices are at a horrible location, right? If you got all this money coming in, can't we buy a trailer, one of these office trailers or something? Can't we park it in the parking lot at 9th and Cumberland for the summer where we have east, west, north, south people? Can't we take it out then and park it at the Mount Gretna Arts Festival, the Cicadia Festival? Then can't we move it into the Mennonite Relief Auction coming up? We could go forever, but I think too, number one, you ought to change the name. Our tourist group here would be more effective if it merged with one or both of two great organizations, the Hershey Partnership, which was always a phenomenal tourism builder, and or the Harrisburg Hershey Tourist Bureau. Why could it not be the Harrisburg Hershey Lebanon Tourist Bureau? We'd get a lot more bang. We'd be the little guy on the block. We'd pay the least amount of money, and we'd create visibility in tourism. So I don't think this, I think it's sad that I have to come into the commissioner's office to see my first brochure. Where are they? In somebody's dumpster. That's all I have to say, unless you have any questions. I just...
Well, first of all, I would certainly want to apologize that you haven't been asked. I've been involved in this process since the beginning, Mr. Aungst, and we actually, you know, went out through the newspaper and were actually trying to recruit people to serve on the board, and how you were overlooked and why your restaurant isn't, I really don't want to debate. I just wanted to clarify a few things, and I really would like to sit down with you personally on a one-to-one basis and talk about this whole process, because just listening to you, I know you have a lot to offer, and that's why I do have a concern that you weren't involved or someone didn't involve you, and that might even have been my responsibility. Perhaps I should have done that. But I will tell you that your comment about we took it away from the Expo Center, I don't know if you're familiar with how that's established. First of all, Pat Kerwin is on the board, and we go for recognition, we go by Visit Lebanon Valley, so that may address the DMO is actually just the legal.
When you say that, if I could just add one, that's ironic, because this morning I went to visitpa.com. That's the State Tourist Bureau, listed alphabetically by county. Is this Tourist Bureau listed? Nope. Not under Visit PA, under the State Tourist Bureau. It's nothing. Lebanon Expo Center is listed, but as an exposition ground, but not this Tourist Bureau.
Okay, just a couple more things, and then we'll leave this. And I will be happy to sit down, and hopefully you'll rethink your your position about being involved. But the Expo Center is still very much involved, and as I said, Pat Kerwin sits on this board, but also the money has not, we recognize that the Expo Center is a huge contributor to tourism in Lebanon County, and that tax money is still divided. The
No, I
Expo
understand
Center,
that, yeah.
pardon me?
I understand that, yes.
The Expo Center gets a
Yes,
direct
and he is
35%.
a great, phenomenal fellow, with an illustrious career.